Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is DOSorNight, call me, and yeah, so, I think it's about time to give you guys my review, or, kind of impressions, because it's not going to be a traditional review, of JOJO Part 4. I think it's a perfect time to give you guys my review of Part 4 before Part 5 comes out, and that's coming out, I think, in October 5th, so next Friday. Holy shit. Now, in this video, I will be talking about spoilers, so, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to get the fuck out of here, because I'm gonna ruin everything. And if you come in the comment section telling me, oh, you spoiled everything, well, no shit, you weren't listening. Now, in the beginning, I will try my best to not spoil anything. I'll be very vague and general and not be too specific to ruin your experience. So, yeah, just for a few minutes, and after that, yeah, I'm gonna talk about everything. Alright, so if you see this red dot in the top right corner, that means I'm talking about spoilers. So it's a good indication for new fans that want to hear my opinion about the show without spoiling anything. And it's a good indication for fans that want to hear my opinion about anything that happened in the show. Spoilers, So, yeah, let's start. Alright, so look, guys. I'm not going to come up to you guys and say, oh, I'm a huge JOJO fan. I know everything about the lore, the story, because I watched Caleb AI. No, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I'm a new JOJO fan. I watched part 3 and 4. Recently finished 4 a week ago. And yeah, I'm just waiting for part 5. And between the time, I'm kind of watching a few episodes of part 1. But when it comes to October, yeah, I'm going to stop everything and watch part 5. And I got to say, like, this show is an amazing fucking show. Like, I would never thought this show was going to be this great, and especially from an anime. Now, I'm not saying animes are shit, but it's just something about this anime is just different than others, and it executes it very well. Like, Part 3 was an action-adventure parody for me. Like, I look at Part 3 like it was some kind of parody, and I enjoyed it because it wasn't taking itself too seriously. Like, it was taking its source material that was goofy from the manga and put it to the show, and they made it work. Part 4 for me is one of my favorite ones. It's just a little bit better than Part 3, but I say slightly because they're both good shows. It was just Part 4 was a different type of show, and also the tone was different than Part 3. And like I said, Part 3 is a action-adventure type of show, but Part 4 is a find-the-killer mystery show. Like in Part 3, they went around the world. They went to China, India, and Egypt. But in Part 4, they just stayed in this little town, Mori. Now, you would think in a show where you stayed in a town instead of traveling the entire world would be boring, but actually, it wasn't. The town is fleshed out because the people in it are interesting. And also, there's lore and history to this town. Like, there's a certain place in this town where, it takes you to another dimension. Or, Mori's got his own radio show host. There's characters that keep reminding you that, yeah, this town is really old. Like, it's so old, like, my parents tell me, like, urban, legends that happen here. The characters in the show are likable, unique, and fun. I don't really have too much critique on the characters, because most of the characters here are just likable. Like, I truly like them. Like, Josuke, he's a great protagonist. Now, at first when I showed his ability, I thought he was going to be a Gary suit because his power is just too perfect. Like, he can bring back anything to its place or heal somebody. But then they reveal that, he can't heal himself. You're like, oh, so okay, you could die. Like that scene with him and Okuyasu, alright, kind of spoilers, but that scene where, Josuke was saving Okuyasu, but in the process he got hurt himself. That scene would have been effective, it was like, oh, Josuke, he was just saving him, he got hurt, but yeah, he can heal himself. But no, that scene kind of felt, like he didn't want anybody to die, so he rescued him. And Okuyasu knowing that, Josuke couldn't heal himself, so rescuing him was a sacrifice. Alright, so that was my non-spoiler review. I give the show a 10 out of 10. I fucking love this show. Now, if you want to start watching JOJO, I recommend watching Part 3. But as you're watching Part 3, look at the show as a shonen parody. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Show was a 10 out of 10. I fucking completely love this show, and I heavily recommend it. So, yeah, let's spoil some shit. Alright, so let's talk about it. So, the characters they show us, like I said earlier, they're all great. I love them all. If I had to choose, okay, this is gonna be a long list. Jotaro, Josuke, Koichi, Okuyasu, Rohan, Mikitaka, Tonio, Hiyata, and Yoya. Favorite episode would be Tonio's episode where, Josuke thought Tonio was a evil stand user who was trying to kill them both, but ended up, just being a nice guy who actually, wants to give good food. I like that red episode because that episode was dedicated to show the viewers that, see, every stand is balanced. So a rat could defeat Jotaro with his stand. So that means if a rat could defeat Jotaro, Does that mean he could defeat Dio? I actually thought of that, like, when I watched that episode, like, what the fuck? Are you saying a rat could defeat Dio? It's like, that was funny to me. But then I realized, yeah, that, you know, stands are balanced. You know, some of them are just completely useless, and some of them, you know, you could be creative and find a way to make your stand useful. I like that episode with Kira trying to take away Shigichi's sandwich because, you know, a hand was there. That was actually a comedic episode. Like, he was trying to take the sandwich away, but then, you know, something always interrupts him, and he almost gets caught. Yeah, that episode was great, and after that episode, you know, it gets emotional, you know, Shigichi dies and shit. And that scene was actually pretty emotional. I kind of felt bad, you know. Still don't care about the character, but, like, you know, it wasn't as sad as, you know, as I thought, you know, Rohan or Okeyasu's death scene. Like, I really thought those two characters were gonna die, but no, didn't. The 3 episodes that were, you know, about Koichi and Jotaro fighting against Kira, that episode was pretty good. And basically every episode after 26 were just all great. They were all my favorite episode. That cat plant fight, Kira's fight, Yuya's fight, that rock paper scissors kid fight, the Fear Guys fight, everything just were my favorite episodes. Alright, so let's talk about OPs. So in my personal opinion, I think JoJo's got one of the best OPs. All of their OPs is just dope as fuck, I think. So if I had to choose which one, I would choose, it's a tie. It would be with part 1 and the first one for part 3. But now let's talk about JoJo Part 4's OP. So Part 4 has 3 OPs, and I actually like them all. It's just one of them I like a little bit less, just slightly. All right. So if I would organize which one is the best to the worst, I would choose the first OP, the third OP, and the second OP. And the second one is the one where, you know, it sounds metal. Now, like I said, I'm not saying I hate the second one. I'm just saying I like the other one slightly more, and I like this slightly less. I'm not saying I completely hate it, but I still like this one. Now, the first and third OPs, I like them a lot. I really like these two because they have a nice pop 90s type of sound. It's really good music, you know. It just lifts me up all the time. Like, I feel happy listening to it. I like what Jotaro is doing in part 4. Like, he's a mentor for Josuke. Now, I was hearing a lot of theories that, you know, in the rat fight, like, Jotaro wasn't really trying. He was just seeing and testing Josuke if he could kill the rat. Now, it did kind of make sense because, you know, Jotaro, he could stop time. And also, like, Josuke could easily heal him, so I think he had no worries of dying. So he wanted to see how capable he was. And also, like, he was teaching him a new way to hit somebody by, you know, just throwing something at him. And that style actually was useful at the end when he was fighting Kira. I like Jotaro in part 4 because he acts like what a real person would act like a serious person. And also he acts for his age. Like, you know, he's 28, so he's a little bit more wiser than he was when he was 17. But like in part 3, it's like, oh, so in 17 you're already a badass. You never smile or, you know, flinch, or you just a straight up badass. All right. Even before he was 17, like he was a straight up badass. Like that Stan user who turned him into a child, like I was like, oh, what's Jotaro's counter for this guy? Is like, oh, I was already a badass when I was a child, so I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. It's like, what? That's why I say this part 3 is just a parody, because like they do the stupidest and silliest shit, and it was like, oh, this is how I defeat you. Where the fuck did that came from? But so yeah, now going back, I'm not saying I hated Jotaro in part 3. It's just, you know, part 4 and 3 are completely different shows. Like part 3 was for the adventure, goofy type of show, while part 4 was headed for the mystery, somewhat serious but still goofy show. Alright, so Josuke. So Josuke, comparing to as a protagonist for Jotaro in part 3, I think he's a way better character. Unlike Jotaro when he was 17, Josuke was just alive. He was just living. He was a likable character. And also he like enjoys company with his friends. Josuke's chemistry with Okuyasu and Koichi is flawless. Like you could tell that they are truly friends. Like you could see like them talking to each other and then, you know, laughing after that. It's just great chemistry. So yeah, JoJo oh my god, so far JoJo is like the best anime. Like I have never felt this way on it with an anime, so passionate about an anime like this before. So yeah, like right now, like JoJo's a masterpiece. Just the part 3 and 4. I'm watching a little bit of 1. I don't feel as passionate with 1. I'm probably not gonna feel the same with 2. But yeah, 3 and 4 is just great shows. So yeah, right now I'm waiting for 5. Fuck, that's next fucking week. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna be an entire fucking week. I'm just gonna be, just masturbating with JoJo. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna repeat myself. Go watch JoJo. JoJo is such a great show. If you're a new fan, start with 3, and then after that, you can go either 1 or 2, but I highly recommend if you finish 3, go 4. And like I said, if you're gonna watch part 3, look at it like as if it was a parody, alright? Because a lot of things that happens are just fucking goofy, and it feels like a parody of 80s action movies, or a parody of just shonen shows. Now, when I say parody, it doesn't mean like, oh, it's gonna be shit, or oh, it's gonna be too comedic. No, it's perfect, right? I still recommend watching it. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about about JoJo. Great show, recommended, 10 out of 10. Go watch it if you're a new JoJo fan. I recommend starting part 3 and then going to 4. So yeah, I'm just waiting for part 5. That's next week. Holy shit. Last time I thought it was 2 weeks from now, but I thought it was like September 20 something, and I found out, oh, it's September 27. Holy shit, time really flies. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me Twitch, Twitch, and Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.